This is Lexi from Mississippi.
I have a question. This is specifically for you. I was just thinking, if the opportunity was to ever arise that they made a movie about your life, would you ever do it? I would love to watch it. I think it would be a fantastic movie, but I really just want to know your opinions on it.
I mean, would I ever do it? I wouldn't have to do it. I wouldn't be in it. They'd probably hire somebody like Clay Aiken to be me. Or
You wouldn't play yourself?
No, because you got to play like young and middle. I don't want somebody way better looking than me. Yeah, maybe a Gosling with glasses. They'd pick Clay Aiken. I know how this goes. Yeah, I don't know. My book got optioned. My first book, Bare Bones, about my life, got optioned for like 3 months and then got dropped.
What does that mean?
Somebody bought it for the rights. And then nothing ever happened from it. So, I don't know. That'll never happen. Unless I like run for office. I'm not doing that anytime soon.
You run for office, that equals getting a
If I win.
movie? Oh, yeah, that's true.
Or I win a Super Bowl. I've been training.
Yeah, all of these are options.
Yeah.
Very viable option.
Never limit yourself.
Yep.
Right.
That'll never happen. But I did write a book about my life called Bare Bones that did pretty well, thanks to you guys. And you guys can check it out on Amazon if you want. Okay, let's go to the next one.
I have a morning corny for Amy. What happens when doctors get frustrated? They lose their patience.
It's a pretty good one. All right, let's go over to Amy now with her morning corny. Let's go.
The morning corny.
What's the leading cause of dry skin? Towels.
That's pretty funny.
That was the morning corny.
Health experts say to walk backwards. It's good for you. Physical therapists and fitness trainers say walking backwards is a low-impact way to not only burn calories, but it also helps with cognition because you're having to think way more about every step. Almost like when a child learns to walk and their brain is developing, they're putting balance on different parts of their feet and learn. You have to do that when you walk backward because it is not normal to your brain or your body.
It's like brain gym. Brain gym. There's brain gym exercises, GYM.
Oh, gym. I
Yeah.
sound like a brain diamond.
Yeah.
Got it.
I do that sometimes when I'm doing brain gym.
Yeah, extreme coordination improvement. So walk backward. Remember the woman that said she had some disease and that she couldn't talk? And
She could only walk
she
backward.
could only walk backward. Like she couldn't walk forward and then she couldn't talk, but when she walked backwards, she could talk. Did we ever find out if that was true or not?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't either. I remember just being
But
fascinated
if
with
it's
it.
not, what a commitment to your...
I mean,
the
what a
storyline.
creative way to get famous.
Or just a video. She did it for 6 minutes and it was over, you know? I'm
Oh.
not sure if that was ever real or not. But I did think about that sometimes out of nowhere. I'm like, whatever happened to that girl who could only walk backward and talk?
Well, let's look it up.
Morgan, can you smell?
Yeah, a little bit. Like most of it's back.
This is pre-COVID, pre-vaccine, and most people now would be like, well, she probably got the vaccine. But Morgan got COVID so bad she couldn't smell. Or could you taste?
I couldn't taste for a little bit, but my taste mostly came back. My taste has been like 95% since like 2 months into having COVID.
Is it still a little off though?
Oh, yeah. There's moments where things taste like cleaning solution, and I'm like, ooh.
Really?
Yeah, like my favorite chips, Ruffles, cheddar, sour cream, they taste like absolute saline.
You can't
It's
do it
horrible.
at all.
Yeah.
And so your smell, what would you put that back percentage?
I would say it's back at 85. I get
Really?
most of it again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, hoax or not? It was never, and hers was after a flu
She
shot.
blamed it after a flu shot.
Flu shot.
And the flu shot made her sound British.
What?
But when she would run or walk backwards, she lost accent.
Is that a Jamaican?
I mean, that's wild.
That's wild.
You send an email and we read it on the air. It's something we call Bobby's mailbag. Yeah.
Hello, Bobby Bones. I'm a single mom of a 10-year-old. We've recently committed to the soccer season. We've paid the fees. Now my son says he wants to quit after playing for 4 years. He doesn't always enjoy it. I'm worried he's giving up too easily. He will miss out on teamwork and physical benefits. Should I encourage him to stick with it for the season or support his decision to stop? Signed, Soccer Mom. You know what's interesting? My general gut is to go, well, if you committed, you got to finish. I don't always think that's the case in life. I do think generally that is a great rule to teach your kids. And I'm going to pass this over to Amy in a second. But I do think if you think he's quitting and all of a sudden it popped up really unsuspected, I think it may be something that's not soccer that's making him want to quit. There could be like a bully on the team. There could be some sort of interaction that's happening that he does not like and does not feel comfortable with and does not want to play soccer anymore. So I would investigate that as well. He may not tell you. But if all of a sudden he's not wanting to play anymore, that's a bit weird. I would also say this. You do want to teach, well, anyone young, that you can't really sign up for things and then quit without there being a penalty. So what I would do, because generally I would say you started it, you finish it. That's what I would say. I feel like that's what I would say. However, you did pay the fees. You'd say, okay, if you want to quit, that's fine. But I need you to pay the fees back that we paid for it, which would then, there would be some responsibility. There would be a lesson that would come from this. I would encourage him not to quit. And you could say, you never have to play again. Just finish this season. I would investigate why he wants to quit. But if he's dead set on it, it's probably something that's not soccer related that makes him want to quit. And I think you should probably, if it's something that really is like hurting him, like not make him do it. But there is a penalty to be paid, which is he needs to work off the fees. There's some nuance to that answer. I'm a big nuance guy. I'm not a big black and white guy for the most part when it comes to stuff like this. I also don't have a kid. I'm thinking about me at 10. Amy, you do have kids. Go ahead.
Yeah, the first thing that popped up for me is what happened and what fear came in around doing this, especially if he knew he was signing up. Like, why right after you paid the fees and now the season is starting? Right. So that was my first thought. And then I also can get behind, when you force a kid to do something, like how is that going to impact whatever else is going on? Because then you're ignoring maybe the underlying issue and then they don't feel heard or seen. And then that can lead to more problems. So being that the money has been spent, I think it's fair to ask that the 10-year-old works it off some way so they understand that we need to contribute towards stuff and that we can't just like spend money and then make a decision to not do it anymore. But
if he was 6, you're committed. If he was 7, you signed up, you're committed. 10's when you start to have those social interactions and you start to feel where older kids can bully you or there's that you don't feel comfortable.
Yeah. I guess I just also too at parenting 2 kids myself, both of their personalities are so different. So I would maybe even handle it differently depending on what kid is having it. But I know my first go-to would be the why. Like what caused the why or the what caused this and figuring that out. And then maybe you as a parent can have better compassion and understanding of where your kid's coming from.
That's very healthy because my first go-to is no, you're going to finish without even really investing into why. But then I would go, okay, let me figure out why all of a sudden. There's got to be something new all of a sudden if he's feeling this way all of a sudden.
And then maybe there's a compromise too. And maybe if you get to the what or the why, they realize like, oh, I can actually do this and I want to. I was just scared. And then boom, he still plays. You're not out the money and good to go.
And I think the lesson is you can't just quit things in life. So if you are going to quit, you've got to pay back the fees, even though maybe they don't need the fee money. There's a lesson involved in that. Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you for the email. We appreciate that. All right, close it up.
We got your email and we read it on the air. Now it's time to close Bobby's mailbag. Yeah.
One of our Olympians is so freaking dominant. I want to tell you what just happened. 2, why they bite their medals. Also, the little cool thing that's inside the medals this year at the Olympics. Also, I got word that somebody on a reality show shouted me out. Had no idea. We'll talk about that. We got so much to do. We'll do it in the next segment.
Bobby Bones. It's the Bobby Bones Show on Case 100.7.
Yes, Bobby Bones.
I saw yesterday Katie Ledecky, our big swimming hope, because she's awesome. She swam like the 1,500 meters because today is the gold medal swim. But she won by like 15 seconds.
That seems like a long time.
It's a long time. The
That
people
is
aren't even in the
forever.
same screen with you. Like she just swam. And she hit 1, 2, 15 seconds until the second place person came along. It was in a heat. Again, the gold. You ever see the video of her swimming with milk on her head?
What?
No.
The viral video where she's so calm. Her body's so calm when she swims. She can take a glass of milk and put it on her head as she's swimming.
Stop it.
And the milk stays on top of her head as she swims.
With her arms moving?
No, she's swimming. Yes.
Like she's going through the pool.
Like with her arms?
Yes.
Because you can
she's-
swim with your feet.
She's swimming with the milk on her head. I'm telling you, it's an amazing video. We're getting gold. We're getting that gold tomorrow. We got to get more gold.
Yeah, we have a different style.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
I wouldn't be able to do that.
Lots of chocolate milk on her head.
And what is she doing with her arms, Lunchbox?
She's moving them.
She's swimming. Yeah, chocolate milk is sitting there.
It's graceful.
The real reason that Olympic athletes bite their medals, do you know that?
Make sure they're real.
For the pictures, really. Yeah.
That's it. It's just for the photo op.
Yeah, back in the day.
Dude, she is going in the pool and the milk is not spilling. This is bananas. There she goes. She's halfway. Oh, almost to touch the wall. Here we go. We're coming in. 5. Okay. Go, touch it.
Did you know they took pieces of the Eiffel Tower and put it in every medal?
That is cool.
Whenever they were kind of rebuilding some of the Eiffel Tower, all that scrap metal, they saved a bunch of it and they put it in all the medals, which I thought was pretty cool too. Yeah, that lad Bible story. There was never a thing, maybe way back in the day, they would bite it like the early 1900s to see if it was real, but it's just for the picture thing. That's why they do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Which states drink the most beer?
Germany.
Think
Texas.
about it. Okay.
England.
California.
States. Oh,
New
states.
York.
Why am I thinking in the world?
North Dakota puts all other 49 states to shame when it comes to the love of beer, downing 45.8 gallons of beer per capita. So what they're saying is not based on population.
Okay.
Population would be New York City, Los Angeles, but based on per person, North Dakota is number 1. Shout out to all our North Dakota listeners. Probably drunk right now. That translates to about 631 cans of beer for each person in the state.
That's
a year.
incredible.
That's like 2 beers a day for everybody in the state of North Dakota.
That is incredible.
Including children?
No, I think of age people.
Okay.
Tennessee's in 41st place.
Whoa.
At the bottom of the list, Utah, which makes sense.
Oh, because they don't drink.
Mormons don't drink. There's a lot of heavy Mormon population.
So they don't drink at all.
No caffeine either.
Wow.
Do you ever sneak a
So wait.
shot of caffeine?
When you say caffeine, you mean, because doesn't chocolate have caffeine in it?
Again, I'm not going to get down to, I'm not a Mormon. I've had friends that were Mormon and they don't do caffeine is what I know. They drink coffee and they drink alcohol. I mean, I'm basically Mormon without the beliefs. I'll do a little caffeine, but I don't drink alcohol. There's a lot of stuff I don't smoke. I don't smoke.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
You didn't
curse.
hook up?
I didn't hook up. I mean, look at this.
Hey, yeah, you might. Ooh.
Exactly, except for the whole beliefs part. Basically am that. Play me this voicemail here, Ray.
Hey, Bobby Bones. I just wanted to let you know that you just got a huge shout out from Kenny, who is a contestant or a house guest on Big Brother this season. I'm watching the feeds, and he just gave a big shout out to Bobby Bones and said that he wanted to be on your show once he's not in the house anymore. And he talked about how much he loves you and you were dancing on To the Stars and all that kind of stuff. And so he really knows who you are, and he's very excited to have a possibility of getting an interview with you after he gets out of the house.
Done. Never even seen the show, but
Dude,
I know what it is.
was going to tell
because
you, we
Ray
made Big Brother.
Oh, was that you are?
Yes.
How old is Kenny?
And how did you see it? And why did you not tell me?
I forgot until this lady called. And Kenny is probably...
He's 52 from Boston. He's a former undercover cop.
Oh, cool.
And he's got a little goatee. He's bald. I mean, tall dude. He was one of the 2 on the block.
Wait, so you're watching?
Yeah.
So how did that come up? Like,
who's retired from the show?
Ray says he's retired.
Yeah, I'm out.
Are you not watching it at all?
No, because they introduced an AI host now. And Big Brother said, we don't even care about real humans anymore. We're bringing in AI.
That's what you're standing for?
Yeah.
Your whole phone is AI, bro. Why do you think your algorithm is? That's been AI for years.
No, but it's really stupid. The
But
AI
Julie
thing
Chen is out of a job now because the AI bot is what does the show.
maybe she didn't want to do it.
I'm sure there was something.
No, she's still there, but they don't
she is?
use her as much.
Okay.
It's like, instead
Anyway,
of...
I really don't care about the AI thing.
But
Go
Kenny,
ahead.
man, yeah. Get him on the show.
You like
That's
him?
cool. I mean, yeah, it seems like, he's only been in there like 9 days.
How did you know he mentioned the show?
Because it was on, my wife was watching on the live feeds.
So it's not on the TV show. You guys are watching on the live feeds.
I don't watch the live feeds. Let me get this straight. I don't watch the live feeds. I ain't got time for that.
You have time to watch 8 episodes of Teen Mom.
But we will see. It could be on the regular show because they edit whatever's on the live feed and put it on the live show. So it could make it on the live show.
I'm a big Kenny guy. Hope Kenny wins. He's my big brother. Is that how you say it?
No, Big Brother's like the eye in the sky. So it's figuratively. It's not literally a big brother.
No.
Yeah.
I want Kenny to be my big brother.
He's had a rough season so far.
He's not going to win.
Not the way it's going. No spoiler alert. I mean,
we're rooting for Kenny. Well, it's live though, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you can't really spoil it.
Right.
Yeah, we're rooting for Kenny. All right, Kenny, go get him, big boy, big dog, big brother.
Yeah, he'll be out quick. He's
Okay,
over
well, you guys
50.
are haters. All right. Thank you for that call. This guy's a window washer, and he's up on what's Alabama's tallest building, and they have an issue with the rig. And so he calls his mom to let him know he's like up there and he can't get down and he's scared.
Oh, gosh.
I know.
He called his mom?
Yeah.
Well,
I would call the...
Well, I think they already knew.
yeah, he was going to say.
I don't think he called his mom to come save him. Like, Mom, get in the elevator. Jared Cooper works for a window washing company in Mobile, Alabama called Squeegee Squad. And on Monday afternoon, he was stuck dangling from the side of the building 450 feet up. His equipment malfunctioned while he was cleaning the windows of Alabama's tallest building. It's called the RSA Tower. It's 35 stories. He was just below the 33rd floor. Of course, he was that high when it breaks. He can't be on like the 4th floor.
Right.
The 33rd floor when a piece of equipment called a descender locked up. From my experience with this, a descender is what the rope goes into and you let it out. It's basically, it just holds the rope going in and out.
To help
The
you
rope weaves in and
gradually
out.
go down.
Yeah, and it grabs.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the descender, and that thing messes up, so it couldn't go up or down. He called 911. Firefighters were there, and so he was just hanging out. So he's like, I guess I'll call my mom. Just in case.
Well, it also probably brings comfort if your mom is someone that gives you that. She could, that would bring me comfort to be able to talk to my mom.
The fire department got there. Took about an hour to get him down. That's terrible. This is him and his mom talking afterward.
50-50 shot. Either it's going to lock or it's not. And when it locked, I was like, okay, well, here we go.
He calls me a lot from work, and he said, hey, Mom, I'm stuck here on a ledge, and I'm just hanging out here, waiting until to see if Will will be able to get me down. And I was like, oh, okay.
We haven't had many problems out of our equipment. We've noticed things that we were trying to get replaced and haven't had the chance to.
Jared has always been kind of a daredevil, and he always it's a high-risk job. He's like, sign me up.
If problems with the equipment is it hanging and then you just end up hanging, that's pretty good. Because the real problem with the equipment is it not working and it falling out, and then you go and splat.
Yeah, I could never have a job like that.
No, I did a couple things on my show, Breaking Bobby Bones, that once I realized I was terribly afraid of heights. Mm-hmm. That's what they did. They did it every week. I was at the Grand Canyon, and I'd never seen the Grand Canyon. It is awesome to see, but then I had to go and clean the walkout. Because there's one place you can pay, and you go inside this little shop, and then there's a clear, it's like a sky bridge that you walk out on, and you can look down. But it's all glass. But someone's got to clean the bottom of it because it's glass and it's got to be clean. And so it's thousands of feet up. And so someone has to go, well, that somebody was me. And I had to get on a rope and like pull myself out there. It was miserable. It was the most scared I've ever been. I was more scared then than when I had a gun to my head outside of ATM when the guy was pistol whipping me.
Oh, gosh.
I was more scared. I was more scared to just let go whenever I needed to get on the rope to transfer me over to the sky bridge. I couldn't. I was like, I can't do this. In my head, I'm like, well, you're going to do it eventually. So you can keep putting it off, or you can just go ahead and get the hard part over. And if you're going to die, you're going to die anyway. That's what I told myself, because I wasn't going to not do it, but it was tough. It's 4,000 feet above the Grand Canyon.
Oh, man.
That's what that thing was. And you're just hanging on one rope.
And how often do they have to clean that? Someone does it every
3 months or so, I believe.
Okay.
It was terrible. Spoiler, I lived.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Here now.
Yeah, you can check out the show on Amazon, but it sucked. Yeah, I don't like heights very much. I'm going to play Jordan Davis. Next thing you know, Bobby Bone Show. Hey, call us if you want. 877-77-Bobby. That's our number. 877-77-BOBBY.
Bobby Bones.
Yeah. Maryland, this person bought 25 lottery tickets, same 5 numbers. Did that same thing the woman did a couple days ago. Won $576,000. 25 separate tickets. The top prize for the game is $50,000, but the prize pool for this drawing was capped at $600,000 and split among multiple winning tickets. Each of her 25 tickets that hit was $23,076. Any chance she has the old Biff's Almanac?
I just do not understand that.
Somebody from the future said, what up?
Buy 25 of these so you can win more money.
25.
That's wild.
That's not the different basket. Don't put all your eggs in the same basket. That's taking every single egg you own and putting it in one basket and stacking them right on top of each other. And every once in a while, it works out. But that's wild. 25 tickets. Does that drive you crazy?
It drives me nuts because if I was the clerk working the gas station and she said, I want 25 of the same ticket, I'd be like, what? Are you sure you don't want to like diversify?
Oh, you're using actual
Your
healthy investing terms for this.
Well, and that term just came to mind. But I'm like, why would you want 25? I wouldn't understand it. I still don't understand the logic behind it, but it won.
Twice. Not for them, but twice this week. Somebody's hit doing that. A mysterious fireball over San Diego remains unidentified. They have a lot of pictures of it. A security camera, too, at Rebecca Wood's home near San Diego recorded the bright light streaking across the sky. The American Meteor Society received 34 reports. They don't think it's a meteor. So it could be A, space junk re-entering the atmosphere. It looks like something weird. It could be an unidentified meteor that even the Meteor Center is like, we don't think that's a meteor. Or it could be probably, I mean, if you're being honest about it, an alien.
Oh, yeah.
Spaceship.
That option.
It also could be the government testing something out. Sometimes you would see Elon Musk's thing all over America. You would see whatever that thing, remember that? You'd see it flying over?
Yeah, I mean, I think that they do things like that, and they sometimes have to cover for it. But why don't they just tell us?
It looks like Haley's Comet.
Testing it out.
I saw Haley's Comet. What's that song? No, that's not Daughtry. I think it's that band.
Now all I have is in my
It's playing
head.
like every iHeart show.
Luminous.
Yeah. Second, Shine Down. That's what it was. Shine Down. All right, tell me something good. Here we go.
Coming up. Tell me something good.
Years ago, a man made his senior yearbook quote say, $20, I marry Sarah Dill. Years later, did his prediction come true? It's a pretty funny story. I will tell you about it next here in our positivity segment called Tell Me Something Good.
It's time for the good news.
With Bobby.
Tell me something good.
Sarah and Cade, they began dating on the first day of 6th grade at Braden River Middle School in Florida. They became friends. After 6th grade, they didn't date for a long time. Then their senior year, they started dating again. They went to different schools. They did a long distance thing. But during the senior year, they're doing the yearbook situation. Everybody's signing it. Cade's yearbook quote was, $20, I marry Sarah Dill. Well, they just got married.
Oh, that's so cute. It
They
worked out.
just got married. It worked out, and Cade's friend gave him $20 because that was who he bet. So at the wedding, they had pictures of their yearbooks up.
That's fun.
That what he wrote, they had it blown up as well. That's pretty fun.
That's really cool. Yeah. I mean, you got to think of the times that people have said that and it doesn't work out. This is cool that it did.
Mm-hmm. That's from My Suncoast. Yeah, and they're actually, when they walk down the aisle, they're holding up a small picture, too, from the yearbook.
Love that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. What'd you write in your book? Did you have like a saying? I remember my friend Evan wrote in mine. He was like, those railroad tracks may be pretty close together, but they're really hard to get past in life, meaning nobody ever left my small town. And I was like, dang, he went full Socrates.
Deep.
I know.
No, I didn't have anything that
I lived in a sawmill town, so I wrote that. It's like the railroad tracks are hard to get over, but nobody gets past them.
Yeah, my daughter was going through my high school yearbook the other day and just making fun of everything.
Did your daughter think, and I say this in a parent-daughter way, did your daughter think you're lame?
Yeah.
Did she think you were lame even younger, when you were young too?
Yeah, she was laughing at all kinds of things and just nothing. Like even my boyfriend, I was like, "What? He's very cute." She's like, "Ah!" Like
That's
she
funny.
just thought everything was hilarious to her. And I'm like, "Okay, never mind. Memory time is over."
All right, that's what it's all about.
That was Tell Me Something Good. Bobby's Big
Stories.
Looking at the medal count for the Olympics, the United States overall has 27 medals. They are far in the lead, with France at number 2 with 20. That being said, we kind of suck on golds. We only have 4, and a lot of people have more than us. But our gold sports haven't hit yet. We're ready for the gold sports. We have a mark on our calendar. I got it marked on the calendar, gold sport. Our women's gymnastics team won gold, which is pretty good. Simone Biles had a hurt calf. She dominated. There were a couple slip-ups I watched a lot of this. A couple slip-ups by our team, but we were so far ahead it didn't matter. Like, just crushed.
So what did that make yesterday's count? Is like 7? Because we're at 20.
What do you mean?
If we're at 27 now, is that what we got? How many goals we got or medals we got yesterday?
Well, not just yesterday, leading up to yesterday.
Oh, okay.
27 in a day would be pretty awesome.
No.
Overall, from the beginning of the Olympics, we have 27 medals and only 4 golds. You know, I found myself really enjoying a couple events that we didn't win gold in. And I was like, who am I? But it's mostly the events that we've never medaled in. I have been obsessed with this women's 7-on-7 rugby. Has it come across your timeline yet? And the girl who's awesome?
Dude, it was the most incredible Olympic finish in the history of the Olympics.
And the woman...
Oh, my goodness.
That is like the superstars that run people over, didn't even make the 90-yard run.
No! Amy, there was like 6 seconds left on the clock, and they are
all the way across the field. I don't even know what rugby is.
And I don't know the rules. I don't understand
football.
And the girl has it, and she looks to her left like she's going to throw it back to the left, and she throws it back right. This girl gets
over.
And the girl goes to tackle her, and she just runs her over, and then she turns on the afterburners 90 yards.
Crazy.
I don't know what they call it, but she scored, and then we kicked it through the little poles, and we got our first ever medal in rugby, and it was awesome. It was so cool to see her turn on those jets and leave them in the dust.
Yeah, she straight out ran her after a stiff arm. I mean, Derrick Henry was commenting on the other girl's stiff arm, too. We're just bigger and stronger. We didn't win gold. We won bronze, but it's the first time we've ever medaled in that. That was cool. The men's gymnastics team, we've sucked forever. No medals. They won a bronze.
That was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
So
I don't mind a bronze if we've never won anything else because that means we're taking a step to gold. We just got to get the gold. Okay, so we don't get gold this time. I don't like gold, then bronze. I like nothing, then bronze, then gold. But it was pretty cool. It was a pretty good day for the Olympics yesterday. We just don't have enough golds. Only 4. Basketball's today. Maybe now. No, not. I think in an hour. Basketball. We're playing South Sudan. I took America minus 27. They played us. They almost beat us in the exhibition.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, we've been watching a lot at the house. I watched one girl. I don't know what country she was from. She was warming up on the parallel bars, and she fell and went face first right into the mat in the warm-up. And I was like, show that again. But they wouldn't show it again. It was a warm-up.
Golly, that would shake me up big time for my performance. But then, or you're like, okay, now what caused that? So I'm not going to do it again. I don't know.
Yeah, it might have been Brazil because there was one Brazil girl that had a big cut above her eye.
Different girl. I did see
really?
that
I saw the big cut above the eye, and I was like, what happened?
Yeah, I was like, respect. Because then she went out and did it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Moving on, the foods you crave reveal something about you. For instance, if you crave a salty potato chip. These are the stupidest stories, but I'm going to read it because it's just fun to talk about. You tend to believe that outside forces, not your own actions, determine your fate.
Okay. I like salty things.
I think a lot of people feel that way. And I think a lot of people also crave salty things. This is like a horoscope. You can just insert yourself into this at any point and be like, yeah, that's me. If you crave dark chocolate, at times you're the life of the party.
Yeah.
If you crave milk chocolate, which I hate dark chocolate, love milk, you're the quiet, introspective type. But here's the thing. I love milk chocolate. I don't talk when I'm out of here. But I'm not that quiet and introspective for half my day. If you crave spicy food, you love order. You dislike wasting time. And sugar tends to make you want to stand out and feel special. It's sugar all the time for me. Sugar in the morning, sugar in the evening. I love sugar. That's from what flavors your personality. Girls are smarter. In school, boys are known as being better at science and math, and girls have always been known to be better at English and history. But that is totally wrong because despite the stereotype, girls have gotten higher grades than boys in every subject throughout their school years for nearly a century.
Wow.
They're also better at taking their time and reading instructions for the given subject from the American Psychological Association. But we just boys do this, so you're going to grow into this field.
Yeah, some conditioning there for sure.
Cultural conditioning that is unfair. A woman finds a strange object inside of her abdomen after doctors forgot to remove it during a colostomy 2 years ago.
No, it's so crazy. Like she thought her cancer was coming back, and it turns out it was just the cloth that was left in there from her cancer surgery.
Yeah.
It was a piece of cloth that was left inside of her body for 2 years. Because they had an operation to remove that cancerous tumor.
Yes, and then she had a colostomy bag, and then she saw like this fat, like this material cut in her bag. And she's like, what is this material? So she went into the doctor, and they're like, oh, that's a cloth. She's going to sue.
I would think so.
Yeah, that's tough. That's from the Daily Mail. Guitar Center employees found thousands of dollars in drugs stuffed inside of a guitar amp. not that crazy. I don't feel like it's cartel. I feel like that's touring musician that forgot where their drugs were.
Yeah, I think that falls into that category.
Unless it's like 7 guitar cases in a row just full of like crack. Then they're moving them.
I think that's rock and roll. Cartel is like canned tomatoes.
And also there was a bunch, and they found a bunch in the back of an amp. So they pulled the back of the amp. And there was a lot, but it feels more, I'm going to say it again, it was a lot. But it feels like that's just the guy that was holding the drugs for the tour.
Okay.
Could be wrong. Don't know much about drugs. I see them in docuseries.
I know, but now that you're saying it's a lot, I'm like,
well, think about an amp. It's probably 3 feet wide. This amp, like 3 feet wide, 3 feet tall. In the back, it has like a false back you can take off and it's just full of like.
Oh, that is way more than just party rock and roll drugs. I
think they valued it at $100,000.
Oh man, that's a lot.
I feel like that's for the travel. That's a travel bag.
I don't know.
You guys haven't partied like me. Yeah, hey, you haven't been on tour like I have.
I don't know anything either. I just watch documentaries, but I feel like that's more involved than
it's a lot.
Because I feel like tour, you would just get new stuff in every city.
That's risky. You don't want to. Why not just take it with you, keep it on the bus?
Okay, but guys, do you realize how much that is? Like,
no, I know it's a lot.
Well, if you're going to use it all, you want to prepare. It's like going on vacation. You need enough underwear.
All right.
If you're going on a tour, you need enough drugs.
Sure.
Yeah, I have no idea, by the way. IHOP is bringing back all-you-can-eat pancakes.
Or it's a bad move.
For?
IHOP.
I think they probably know what's up with their business model, right? I mean, doing it. Now through September 15th, customers get an endless supply of pancakes with an order of any IHOP breakfast combo. Both pancake deals come with only buttermilk pancakes. Other flavors don't apply. Spoon University with that. We talked about Simone Biles. She is now the most accomplished American gymnast ever. There's a Russian gymnast that has like 15 or 16 more medals than her. And Michael Phelps is the all-time of all time when he has like 26 or 30 or something. But still a really big deal. And again, she has a hurt calf. I mean, I have a hurt calf. I drag my leg just to my desk here. She's flipping around. A guest in a Las Vegas casino hits over $2 million on a jackpot with a $3 bet.
Oh, wow.
A lucky guest at the Palms Casino Resort. $3 Wheel of Fortune. $3.
Dang.
Officials said the player had under $1 left on the machine in their money, because you can see on the little digital display how much you have left. And they hit the $2.1 million jackpot from CBS Austin.
Oh.
That is crazy. I'd flip out. And they come to you, right?
Oh, yeah.
You don't get, Ray, you guys have hit for a few thousand, right?
Yeah, if you go over 1,000, they come to you.
And do they take taxes out immediately?
Depends. It's like some weird line around 1.4 where they'll start to take taxes
1.4
out.
what?
1,000.
That's not how you say one. That's $1,400.
But your $5,000, your $3,000 will for sure take out taxes.
Yeah.
Between the 1 and the 2, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Do they take yours out when Bay hit?
Mine out.
Well, you and Bay, it's the same, right?
Yeah. They brought a sheet out. She had to do it. It's like a 30-minute process. It's so annoying. So you never want them to do it. You'd rather just do it at the end of the year because it totally kills the vibe and buzz.
I know. I'd be vibing pretty hard. I'd be vibing so hard I need one of those amps full of drugs. And I don't even do drugs. But I'd be like, I just hit so hard. Where's the amp?
Yeah, I would enjoy that 30 minutes of sitting there going, man, I won $1 million or I won $5,000.
Yeah, that'd be
like,
awesome.
oh, man, you're going to take 30 minutes of my time? That's cool.
It's also weird Ray calls $1,400 $1.4 thousand.
I know. Like that time they did win, and he's like, yeah, we won like 2.38. It does sound like million right away.
Yeah, we're like 2.3 thousand. Oh, 2,300. Yeah, that's a lot. But now it feels like less because you made us believe it was 2.3 million. That's pretty cool. If anybody out there has hit a massive slot machine, let us know. Call us. I've never really even played slots to the point of investing an hour in it. I will stop and play Wheel of Fortune sometimes. That's fun because it lands on spin and it spins around and then it lands on whatever amount of dollars you get. I always get like $25 or $75. Never really got a big one.
I wonder that person that just won that $2 million. Like, were they just hitting the slot for a little bit, or were they playing like all week long?
I mean, J-Lo's mom like hit for like $1 million. Like, that's unbelievable. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, the world isn't fair.
But I feel like J-Lo's mom is playing a high dollar slot, and that's what she's doing the whole time. Not that she should win, but I feel like she has a lot of money. She's playing a high dollar slot. The odds are better on high dollar slots. And if you do it a whole lot, you probably at some point win something.
That makes sense. I thought of it. I think of it always like, oh, they sat down for 5 minutes, put like $20 in, and they hit big. You know, you walk by a slot machine and it just calls your name. Mm-hmm. So you throw some money in it real quick. You don't sit there and invest your time.
She won $2.4 million. I'm not sure how much she put in, but that's wild. 2.4 million.
JLo's mom?
Yeah, 2.4 million. It was a $3 slot machine. That ain't even high rollers, bro.
See? That's what I'm talking about. The world's not fair.
But no one claims that, though. You're not like breaking news.
It's just
We're not all like, you know what? I thought it was fair till today about JLo's mom. All right, thank you.
Those were Bobby's Big
Stories.